Hey y'all, what's up? Here's another story about nothing. I've told variations of this story before, but I've got to be honest. Even though it's beating a dead horse, there's always somebody new asking the same questions, so the subject will never truly die. I used to do stand-up, so there will be a few embellishments, but that doesn't make the stories any less true. So every year when I exchange pleasantries with an old friend for her birthday, who was a coworker about 30 years ago, she always asks the same questions. Now, she's about the same age as my mother, so it's just a condition of that generation that they ask prying questions. That, and she probably really can't think of anything else to talk about. So it does bug the shit out of me because she's not the only person who asks if I am or have any interest in dating, and then proceed to be shocked when I say no. So here I am telling this story again, a shorter version than usual, I hope. If I'm to be honest, they could each get their own video, but that would be a series and I would be exhausted. We'll just start at when I became happily divorced in 2011. I waited about 2 years before I even thought about going back into the wild, and even then I was pulled in. All the women I've dated or associated with in the last 15 years have basically fell into my lap. The one exception, the one I actually asked out, she rejected me because of my height. But I didn't start a woman-hating podcast. I just accepted it and moved on with my life. We all have our preferences. Hers was guys taller than 5'8". C'est la vie. All the others were just kind of there. Met them on Facebook and at karaoke. And one was a setup. I was doing fine with my life until each time I had to disrupt the harmonious balance of my routine to include the company of a female companion. The first was a woman I had feelings for back in the 90s, between breakup sessions with me and my eventual spouse. We hung out in the spring, summer of 2013 and spent a lot of time together, but I was mistakenly under the impression we were dating. I don't know, because that's what she told me. At some point, she changed her mind and forgot to inform me. Since there was no clear communication between us, I walked away to squash any more of my confusion. To be honest, I really just wanted to connect with an old friend, but turns out she liked me at the same time back then and tried to make something happen, but it didn't. Anyway, chemistry was completely gone. The next was soon after her, like about a month or two, and that one was a doozy. I was basically a jitney driver who paid for her drinks and we had sex a couple times. I'm pretty certain she was a racist because she said a lot of racist shit. I knew I had to disassociate after I was injured at work, and she sent healing vibes instead of visiting me in the hospital. This is a woman that told me we were dating, by the way, but then once I no longer became useful, and she said a lot of racist shit. One of her direct quotes was that she didn't mind her daughter dating black guys, but if she were to get pregnant, she would prefer her daughter first had a baby with a white guy, to preserve the race. After all that, then she can have all the black tallywhackers she desired. I don't know how true her next story was that she told me, but she was awfully proud to be directly related to Jefferson Davis. Not the flex you think it is, chick, especially when you're keeping company with a black man and one of your 3 kids is biracial. The one I was set up with had serious daddy issues. She kept talking about how she looked forward to being alone and living off of her son's success in her later years. Then why the fuck are you dating me? I guess that was just something to do. It happens. I will add, conversations with her were not very stimulating at all, which was also a huge turnoff. She constantly brought up how much she didn't like that I'm equal opportunity and have also dated white women. Yeah, that didn't last long. Speaking of, I dated a couple of white women who went back. Take all the time you need. I guess being cursed below the waist and having a credit score above 800 isn't quite the Black experience they craved. Sorry, the stereotype isn't entirely true. One was the bride from a wedding where I was the DJ a few years prior. Big mistake. That's a whole story in itself. That's why I say this could actually be a series. I never really thought that was going anywhere. We were separated about 12 years and her mother thought I was too old and fat. Her mother was right. I think she was just enjoying slumming with the help, so I indulged her temporary infatuation. I didn't have much going on at the time. The next one actually did get her own video. 2 actually. Her story was way out there. She was a trip. If you saw the wrong whole video, you know what I'm talking about. Now the last one was a really good friend, and I mean, we were really good friends, 13 years. And she has her own video as well. We ruined our friendship by eventually dating, which ended disastrously. I really regret that too. I miss my friend, but I don't really blame any of them. I suppressed turnoffs to accept spending time with some of them. 3 were heavy smokers, 2 were raging alcoholics, and the kinky one let her ex-husband and her son run her life to the point to where she wasn't mentally stable. I saw the red flags and I still made bad decisions. That's all on me. I realized that I myself am just not, nor will I ever be in the near future ready for a relationship of any type. I have unresolved issues and couldn't think of inviting anyone into my chaos. I'm distant and withdrawn. I don't resolve conflict. I walk away. Preserving my peace is much healthier than trying to fight lost causes. A lot of men should probably evaluate themselves and remove themselves from the dating pool instead of giving women overwhelming reasons to choose the bear. Y'all just ain't ready. There is a bright side to their stories though. 3 of them got married soon after me, so I guess I was their good luck Chuck. One is a salsa dance instructor living her best life. Not certain of the others though. And the only reason I know that much is because people keep fucking telling me about them. I would do well without any of their information about them because I'm pretty certain none of them are even remotely concerned with my well-being. I do have a happy ending on my side. I've discovered having 2 motorcycles is a much better way to spend my time and money. The only downside to being alone is I don't have any pets to eat my face when I eventually drop dead and no one notices I've been inactive for a while. Some people are a blessing, others are a lesson, and I've had the misfortune of never being blessed. It just took 6 lessons for me to learn that I'm way better off alone. My friend didn't like that explanation, but that's all I got. I don't desire the company of another human being. That part of my life is over. Yet I know when we speak again next, the same question is going to pop up next year. I really wish people would quit asking. Besides, you know how hard it is to find a non-smoking atheist vegan who doesn't care about sports or forced love-giving holidays? Until that unicorn comes along. I have 2 motorcycles. There you have it. Just another story about nothing. Y'all have a good one. Deuces.